What's good, everybody? It's Kaige-O Gaming, and welcome back to our Going Medieval series. If you are enjoying the series, make sure to leave a like. If you're not, make sure to leave a dislike. I appreciate all your feedback. And last time we left off, well, we are working on finishing our outer wall. Now, we still have some crops to move on over, so we can actually run the wall on the east side. These berry bush crops are in the way at the moment, so we're trying to move everything on over. We want it to surround our skep, our beehive, so we can kind of reach max efficiency. Plants nearby for the bees to use. I might just copy these now. How are we doing on berries? It's kind of the issue. Slow. Okay. We do have the beet fields. Just want to copy it for now. We'll do a 5x7. And we'll take this and do a 5x7 over here. So what do we have? We have barley, flax, beets, berries, cabbage, and more berries. Okay, it looks like they're still getting harvested, which is nice. Is there a way to set this? I'm gonna say don't sow. Same thing with here. Don't sow, and that way they start planting all the berry bushes in these two fields. So we can finally finish our wall, and then we will have our city fully surrounded and fully defended. So they'll have to break through at least one line of defense. I probably need to get gates on this side, seeing that the gates have more hit points, but I am curious to see how, when we're being raided, how they will attack the buildings. I'm really hoping that they don't use fire. Since all of our stuff is made out of wood, that could be pretty bad. Hopefully they just kind of attack it, try and break it down with their weapons. And then what else do we want to start working on? Let's go ahead and hide the roofs. We were trying to fill this in. We also kind of want to keep mining for clay. Let's get some more clay bricks going. We'll set it up to go 5 times. Research-wise, we did just get the chest for more storage. Kind of clean up our stockpile. We have some of our clothes in here. How are we doing on textiles? For materials, what does summer clothes cost? Okay, we have a merchant coming in. Okay, winter clothes need 80 fabric, where summer clothes only need 40. So let's go ahead and get some summer clothes going, because I think everybody should be covered for the winter, and winter should be ending soon. Dealer in luxury items. And the Nota should be our speechcraft. Although we have somebody with the bartering trait, don't we? Yeah, 10% bargain. But your speechcraft is 5 and you don't like doing it. Okay. Oh, he's got the Skyrim helmet. Nice. Alright, let's get a Nota to go talk to the merchant. See what items they have available, see if we have anything that we can sell. We do have some gold. Troubles, bandit camp, okay. And then let's go ahead and sell. Watch out, Houston. Okay, what do they have available? They have, what is that, carpentry? A carpentry skill book. They have 95 coins. We could sell some of our goats. A heretic crown. Material iron. What is the point of the hoods? They don't seem to give any stats. Somehow a crown affects comfortable temperature, but a hood does not? We could sell some of our fabrics if we wanted. We do have 11 milk to work with. I don't know if there's anything that we really want to be selling right now. How many animals do we have? We have a ton of goats. Oh my goodness. 17 days. We probably want to sell some of our older goats. So we have a 2-year-old male. One mature. I mean, that is kind of getting us our milk right now, isn't it? Maybe we'll sell some of the young goats. Let's sell one of the older males, and then we'll sell one of the older females as well. So we have 20 days, we have 8 days, 38 days, and 8 days. Okay, 52 coins, not too shabby. Yeah, we'll take that. And that'll give us... Where do we see our gold coins? 38, so we'll be sitting at what, 90? Not too shabby. Hopefully that will allow us to buy some pretty nice items in the future. Maybe we can get some new animals. We're probably going to want to make another, like, little pasture area at some point. Should probably put the pasture outside. I might actually start doing that. Where are the fences? Settlers exhausted. Okay, so we have the wicker gate. We want the wicker fence. We'll do 10. Do a 10 by 6. Do something like that, and then we'll put the gate on this side. And that way we can kind of clear up this area for another building. And then if we look at our fermenting station, we still need 9 more milk, so we're not quite producing enough. Okay. So we are going to want to have some more goats. We could start taming animals. What kind of animals are available? Deer, fox, wolf, sheep. But isn't this our sheep? I would assume. "24 days, Walto." I don't think that is our sheep. I think we have a wild sheep. Yeah, because that's under wildlife. So we want to try to tame. You have a 3% chance to attack? Okay, let's go for it. I wonder what skill is required. If we'll even be able to do that. Everything else is just deer, wolves, and polecats. A few foxes around. We seem to be doing okay on food. We have 18 meals. I might need to take these torches out during the hotter seasons. I don't know if they'll turn them off right away. Or we could turn them off manually. We could also put torches on the walls potentially. We'll probably be better off with the braziers though. And then checking out the flaming arrows could be really cool. Okay, so we're gonna get a gate here. And then I think we're doing a gate here. And then once we start planting some more berry bushes... we'll go ahead and dig all this up. And finish the wall. We can extend this flooring. We'll wait until this gate's finished. The bandit camp. I don't think we'll be even close to being able to do that. We probably need better gear, and I would assume more people. Alright, let's go ahead and extend you, and then you can stay open. And then let's extend the Merlons as well to the corner. We do have the salt right here. Let's go ahead and copy that in there. And then we will also copy you in here. Start moving the animals. Where can we find the sheep? Like, okay, jump to location. He's 53% tamed. Nice. I don't see the requirement. That we would need to tame him. But that should help us with our textiles, which will be nice. Allow us to make more clothing. And it does look like we're running low on wood. So let's go ahead and start getting some more trees chopped. Need to start stockpiling that again. We still have plenty of sticks. That's not an issue. And then we can go ahead and deconstruct this. And we'll deconstruct this. So hopefully they will bring all of the animals perfect to the new pen. And then we'll deconstruct this. We can go ahead and start extending our defenses down to here. And we'll keep this gate open. And then it's just where the berry bushes are. Fully defended settlement. Let's see what the bandit camp has. It's not as bad as this one. Send a caravan to attack this bandit camp. This has to be the amount of archers there are. 5 to 8. I mean, even if we take just the minimum numbers, survive a full year. We have 11 people. And that's like best case scenario. I don't see how we could possibly take that on, even if we sent everybody. The Gambison just decomposed. We do need to start getting into armor making. The blacksmith's forge. I think I am going to go ahead and grab that. That should be something that's placed outside. Can be used for the workshop. Maybe it does go inside. I mean, we can always move it, right? So let's see how much of a debuff we get for production. Spring arrived in Keswick as the sun warmed the sleeping ground. Vegetation began to grow. It was the perfect time to sow crops for the coming year. Right, hopefully they'll start getting that done. Oh. And let's set up to chop some more trees. We are definitely clearing out all the trees around our settlement. We're getting pretty close to pushing the edge of the map over here. In terms of our tree count. Ah. The green grass has returned. An ailing traveler shuffled haltingly into Keswick. Given time to recuperate, he claimed they could work, but in that moment they looked pretty rough. Would Galfred be permitted to join and convalesce? 20 construction, 11 tailoring, 10 melee, 7 carpentry, 6 culinary, frayed shipwright. Yeah. Let's bring in another guy. He's fleeing. Okay. Cold hardy. Impervious to the cold. He works on throughout the harshest days of winter. Nice. Night owl. Sleep recovery speed. Sleep depletion speed. He can survive happily with very little sleep. Okay. Contemplative. Mood target, mood change speed, time between social interactions, and chance to engage in social interactions. He spends most of his time with his own thoughts, so he won't be forming very many relationships, it seems. +3 botany, plus 35% harvest amount, and minus 50% chance harvest fails. You are infirm. Hit points recovery, motor function, and wound regeneration. What's your problems right now? Health. You're malnourished. Okay. We do have to start thinking about more rooms now. Okay. Okay. I mean, we could just put another room here. Or we could finally start making this 2 stories. We'd have to figure out where we want to put the stairs. I guess they could go here, next to the butcher's table. This is finished. Okay, you do have a debuff to being outside. A short sword and a pole arm. You can also make mechanical components and shackles. Okay. These require 20 smithing. So if we look at further research, how do we start getting armor? That's something completely separate, isn't it? These are all weapons on the right side. Where do we see the armor table? Here? Yeah, the armor is table, and we need 5 iron ingots, which we have plenty. We have 60. Okay, so that's probably what we're gonna go for next, so we can start crafting some armor. Which we need just 30 of these. So... okay, this is already paused. That's perfect. Somebody needs to go save this guy. Medicine 6. We need a really good doctor. Let's get Gerard on it. And then we can start deconstructing this pen. We still have 11 milk. Okay, you're starting with planting the trees, but we're getting our apple trees in. I would like to start making these rooms just bigger. Like, maybe we could make this area the new cartography table, and then we can combine, like, a big workshop with these two buildings. I think I'm gonna still continue to make everything out of wood for now. Let's get our door going. Okay, now we're getting the cabbages. Perfect, we have 2 people working on the crops. Get those planted as quickly as possible. We are running pretty low on food. So I'm gonna set... that's a young deer. Let's go on mature deer. And set that to be hunted. A lot of you guys are pretty close, where you guys are just budding. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and deconstruct this. And then I'm going to cut plants. Let's go ahead and get that moved out the way, and then we'll wait for when we start harvesting these to move this last set of berry bushes. Do these eventually, like, go away? Or do we have to... like, what happens if we deconstruct them? Are we gonna just have a hole in the ground? Is the body gonna get dug up? Here lies... okay. Food reserves on stockpile low. That's why we're going hunting. Alright, you, my friend. Let's get your schedule going. Now, it did say he was a night owl. However, it doesn't... I would assume that we want to keep him up throughout the night. I wonder if he'll get a mood debuff if we keep him up during the day, because the only thing that it says it technically affects in his stats is that he recovers from sleep more quickly, and then his sleep depletes more quickly. So we might honestly be able to do one less hour, like have him wake up a little earlier in the morning. Kind of see how that goes. In terms of jobs, yeah, I mean, we have so many constructors. Now we're gonna have another set of planters, which isn't bad. You'll gain 2.5 more XP. And then you also really like tailoring. So I might, although you have some really nice traits for growing. You're very passionate about tailoring. You're up to 28 intellectual. We'll put you on 2 tending. Okay, so growing can stay at 2, but we'll keep harvest at 1, I think. Cut plants can go to 2, and then we'll put you on tailoring 1. Yeah, let's do that. I don't mind that. So you'll focus more on the harvesting side of things, and we should get that. I believe it's a 30% harvest bonus if you were to harvest the plants, which is pretty solid. We're still waiting to chop down some more of these trees. These ones are dead. There is the super bright sun. Once again, as it rises in the morning. I think we're gonna need more of these. We should probably just get like a church type deal. Yeah, we gotta really start thinking about how we can expand. How much dirt do we have? 1. Alright, let's go ahead and set this to be mined. Decomposed. Winter close. Go ahead and clear out that area. What are you doing? Harvesting. Perfect. Okay, now you're getting the flax field done. So, does that mean... who was it? Winter clothes, winter clothes. Yeah. Cerdic doesn't have any clothes. So let's go ahead and equip the summer clothes. I guess we could have just looked on this panel. Manage apparel. Clothing only. So eventually he should have grabbed that himself. And then you, my friend, need a weapon, and you're decent at melee. So what do we have available? Cudgel, probably no good. 1.94. 1.94. 3.56. 4.53. 4.83. But this gives the better melee cover amount. Or we could do Hatchet with 4.0 and give you... You have 25 and 70, or 35 and 90? 5. Okay, so let's go with the Hatchet. And then I'm gonna give you the tower shield. Awesome. Okay, we have 3 melee, all with shields, and then we have 4 range, 2 with bows, 2 with crossbows. I think that's pretty good. Alright, we can go ahead and set up this wall to get finished. We can go ahead and deconstruct this. And we can finally enclose our little town here. We have a friendly visitor. She is the bard. Okay, we can't host feast events because we don't have a great hall yet. We do need to work on that at some point. We will just get... Let's just get the wooden floors for now. I think I want to save my clay bricks at the moment to get walls for our more important buildings. Settlers are suffering from the cold. It is only 40 degrees and you have the summer clothes. You like it to be at least 51. Okay, we are low on raw food again. Did we ever hunt that deer? We're still trying to tame the sheep. Can we sort by age? Alright, let's hunt 2 more. We're still trying to make some clothes. But our new guy should do that once he's finished harvesting. We have some summer clothes in here that are flimsy. Not enough beds, right. This poor guy's taking a nap in the food storage. Alright, for now... Get you a hay sleeping spot in here. And then, I think we're finally going to go ahead and upgrade our beds in our bedrooms. I don't think I'm going to get the quality beds yet, but I will get the wooden hay beds. Hopefully make our people a little more happy. Okay, let's try and finish this wall. Perfect. We probably just could extend this and then put our butcher in there. Can be used for a kitchen room type. What do we need for the kitchen specifically? 1 stove, 2 wall pottery shelves, and 1 butchering table. Okay. I'll probably make something separate for that. Level up your settlers 100 times. Nice. That's 2 achievements today. Let's go ahead and copy you out here. And then deconstruct you. Let's go ahead and copy you out here. And then deconstruct you. And then we can copy you on the other side. Boom. And deconstruct you. Now, why are you not tailoring? Do we have you only set... You should have the materials for it, right? Research-wise... yeah, let's get the armor going. So we need a building for, like, a forge and stuff. You guys are for what? Workshops? Yeah, so we should be able to combine you with, like, these. Let's go ahead and get the roof. And let's deconstruct some of these beds. And start getting the nicer beds in. How are we doing on fodder? We could use some more hay. I don't know if we'll have any available at the moment. Does kind of look like we need to look for wild berries again too. We have barley here. Kinda looks like that's everything in the area. Alright, I think our people have plenty to do, so I'm just gonna kinda let them go at it for a while. Now all of our stick traps are within the settlement. So we need to place some along our outer walls. We also need to make sure that we're getting our ladders so that we can actually get on top of the walls over here. Let's see, let's put like one in the corner. We don't have any ladders over here. Then let's get the final one somewhere like here. Perfection. Some more wood going. All of our trees are planted. All of our flax is planted. We have some cabbage going. Looks like we planted our first berry bush. So we still have the barley and the beets, if we even have seeds for those anymore. We do have 12 seeds. We could get a carrot farm going. Does look like we're out of barley seeds. Which is good to know. Not enough beds. Okay. Let's get our nicer beds back. Or our nicer beds in. I think we can deconstruct you. You rot in 2 days. Inside is 50. So maybe we should be closing these windows? That make it warmer or colder in here? I feel like it should... I mean, we don't have anything to cool the inside. But... it is cooler than the outside temperature in here. Guess we'll see how it goes. Why is it like 58 degrees right in this spot? Ooh, does it have to do with the sun? Wow, so like casting the shade. That's cool. They added that little mechanic. I would assume that's what's happening there. It's like 49 in the shaded areas, 50. But then when where the sun is shining, goes up like 5 degrees. Alright, we're getting all of our shrubs planted. That's wonderful news. Let's get those crops going. Alright, it does look like all of these trees are dead. Let's set these to be chopped. We're mining all this out, which will be nice. Start stockpiling some dirt to fill in these holes. I know I mentioned kind of going underground at some point, but I don't think I'm going to do that yet. We got cattle. Nice. Cool. Ah, but we have to tame him. So, the sheep, I believe, just automatically came into our settlement, but this one seems like a wild animal. Not automatically tamed. Which is interesting. How is this going? Temperature 80%, outside in the rain. So what, you need to be inside? This doesn't automatically produce? Honey and beeswax. Acquired skill is 0. I didn't realize we had to set that as production. Kind of figured it would automatically produce, but good to know. We can't get the ice making block. Ice box. A wooden box to hold water as it freezes. Generates ice for the settlement. But this generates ice. So we would produce ice blocks with this. How the heck is it gonna freeze it? How are we gonna find somewhere close enough? We'll just kind of see how it works for now. Let's put it here. See how that goes, and then we also have the armorer's table, but I want to do some reorganizing of our buildings first. Before we get that in, I think I want to combine these two. Move the cartography table somewhere else. Then we gotta start thinking about a kitchen. Are we supposed to, like, stick this inside? Like, maybe we just do, like, a little thing that... how we do for the, storage? Like, would that be effective? Let's see how this affects its production. Because outside in the rain is 30%, which makes sense. Okay, now it says outside 100%. But if we get something like this, and then go a roof... Okay, it does look like we kind of need... the beams. But is that... it is going to be enough spacing. It should still allow passage through there. See if maybe we can protect it from the rain, but also keep it outside. Oh my goodness. Salvation, the Church of the Third Coming. Whether it was the Third Coming seeking a poor sinner to make an example of, or some other zealots, was unclear. Michael raved about religion, torture, escape, but the details were confused. Would you give him refuge? Danger might ensue. Animal handling. Okay, melee. He's got 5 perks. Do we want to bring in another person? And, I mean, this is gonna upset another faction. Two fierce marauders? Have we seen those before? Do we really want to make everybody mad at us? Waiting for medical treatment. You're malnourished. Minor arm laceration. For now, let's just get a hay bed in here. We are out of hay. Okay, so we're not getting this bed made either. No, that bed is made. Do we have any, like, wild hay growing? Do you have some berries over here we can harvest? We have tall grass starting over here. It's not ripe yet. I think it's too early. Too early in spring. I don't know what we're gonna do about hay for the moment. Hopefully our animals... I mean, there's 162 in here, so our animals should be fine for a little while. Okay, if we look at... what is it? Is it overview? Oh. The Faithful Sons of England, the Heresy of Rose, Simrig, Philosophers, Church of the Third Coming, Alignment 41% neutral, -2, 18, -91. So these guys are actually the most friendly with us. An often brutal neo-Christian theocracy, disciples preached that the plague marked the beginning of Armageddon and a world ruled by Satan and his demons. They keenly await the return of Christ and have joined the final battle to purify the world of sin and sinners by any means necessary. Militant and aggressive, they have barely any understanding for those who lack their faith. These guys seem bizarre. We're gonna make another faction hostile with us. If we make them enemies, though, that could make these guys potentially like us. The ancient oral tradition of gathering poetry and lore is strong, and of all the corners of Britain, this practice is most exalted in the Valley of Wales. Bards become initiates by sleeping on Kader Idris, learn of shapeshifting from Taliesin, and celebrate somebody, the Feast of the Crow, or something. Bards become adept at casting a spell over listeners, finally becoming tutors and completing the cycle. Okay. How do we even prove relations? Like, I'd assume if we sent a caravan here, they would attack us on sight. I would assume that would be the case. Two archers, two fierce marauders, and three marauders. Our walls for the most part are finished. We have an okay amount of wood. Let's make sure we finish the Merlons. That way we have full defenses around our settlement. Okay, it still says that you're outside. You have 80% from temperature. You could use more plants nearby, but we're working on it. And then if we get a roof over that, I mean, it's going to take a little bit because we need the hay. Got some tall grass growing over here. Make sure we have enough wood. Not enough beds, because we can't get that hay sleeping spot. What are your traits? Bloodlust. Comes into his own in a fight, roused by the prospect of violent slaughter. Okay. Bursting with health and vitality. Michael is never sick for long. Hit points recovery and wound regeneration. Nice. Stout. You have a larger appetite. Consumption duration is less. And movement speed is less. Erudite. Plus 5 intellectual and plus 30% XP gain. And you're disfigured. After the fire, Michael did not really have a face, but he had a purpose. Few will look Michael in the eye. Speechcraft minus 5, aesthetic value negative 10%, negative social interaction chance, and negative social interaction. Okay, so you're not a build the relationship kind of guy. We're up to 8 people. I think we're gonna keep them. But okay, so you have double passion for marksman and melee, but you have a better melee skill, so I'll probably end up giving you the staff. Get a two-handed weapon going. So we have 4 melee and 4 ranged. Hopefully that's good enough. We're going to want to make sure all of these gates stay closed. We also want to make sure that these are all built up. We have some trees queued to chop. Do we have the dirt in the stockpile? 50 dirt. I believe it's 5 per, right? Yes. So that uses 20, so then we have another 30 available. 10, 20. So we can get all that filled in for now, which is nice. Okay, we're still lacking wood. Search party arrives in 9 hours, and then we're probably going to have the negotiating phase. We should queue up more meals. Let's queue up more smoked meat as well. Ta-da! We have a decent amount of clay bricks. We have limestone, clay and wood, limestone, iron ingots, or clay brick. Let's just do the regular clay. Kind of put these in the corners for now. Two hours until they arrive. We have this going. Intensity. Oh, nice. Materials. We only want sticks. Sure, dung brick is fine. I'll probably put you intensity low. There we go. Nice. And then that increases how long you'll stay lit. We should have this one going. We have the negotiator. Violent extortionists. The swarthy jailers wanted your settler, Michael, and they wanted them now. They had to pay for their crimes or your whole village would pay. It was up to you. Okay, you have, some solid armor, it looks like. 40 winks, sleep recovery. You're vigorous. Precious. Industrious. Yeah, you have mail armor. It's all flimsy. Flail's not anything special. That great helm with 10 armor rating. 5 melee. That's not horrible. Alright, we're gonna make them wait a little bit so we can kind of keep prepping our settlement. Prepping the defenses. Who knows where they're gonna attack from, but we might want to get some stick traps. It's kind of tricky how we're gonna set these stick traps up, though. Like, do we just spread them around the gate? Do we want to, like, spread them far out and hope that they run over them? Are they gonna focus the gates? I would assume yes. But how can you be certain? Like, maybe we do something like that. I think we can deconstruct the ones inside. Should give us our materials back. I mean, those still could come in handy, but we'll bring them down. Bring them down. Then I'll probably I don't want to use mechanical components yet, I don't think. And this just uses sticks, so these are nice and easy. Do something like that. We tend to get attacked from the east side, so kind of hoping that that's the case again. We have 21 hours. Probably end up talking with them tomorrow. Not enough beds. Food reserves on the stockpile are low, which is not super great. I don't think we have any hay right now. Animals have 142, so they're still doing okay. We're trying to tame this guy. He's 34%. Did we ever get the sheep? We did. We have 2 sheep now. Nice. We want to increase the size of our production building so we can start getting the blacksmith in there and the armor stable. Next thing I'm probably going to research is I'm going to look at the kitchen and get the stove. Make lavish meals. But I think next episode, after we deal with these invaders... Honestly, I'm not even sure where they are. Ah, he's on this east side. Okay, once we go ahead and deal with them, we're going to want to focus food, so we're probably going to need to hunt quite a few animals. But all of that, next time. Let's go ahead and do the usual. We'll hide the roof. We will go into our screenshot mode. I would say our settlement is looking pretty solid so far. As always, I appreciate y'all for stopping by, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Until then, peace out, y'all.